Hello everybody, it's Miss Amy. I thought I'd give you a quick video update of the gardens here at the house and let you see how things are doing. This is the Bucket Brigade. These are the small pepper plants that give us all of those small sweet peppers throughout the season. I've moved them all into this corner so they can get some shade late in the day. It helps to keep those containers from drying out so quickly. The containers get fairly warm, so this was a good move for them last week and they have done really well. Some of these plants are almost at their mature height and they are starting to set flowers. Some of them are actually starting to set fruits. Again, most of these plants are 18 inches to 24 inches at the maximum when they are done growing. So when they're at their halfway point like they are right now, setting flowers and fruit is okay. The plants are strong enough that they can sustain new growth as well as fruiting. This bed has some red peppers. This is a new variety for us this year. The peppers are going to be a little bit smaller, and because of that, they're supposed to mature faster. So we may have some small red bell peppers earlier in the season, thanks to these plants. This bed has two different ages of mini broccoli. This is new for us this year. Mini broccoli will have smaller heads, but the other feature is it will have longer stems, and the stems are more tender and are intended to be eaten. So you can grill these, you can saute them, you can steam them, however it is that you like to cook your broccoli. You can either leave the stems on and do them whole, or you can cut the stems off and do those separately. So I'm looking forward to having some of these soon. I need to check the seed packets again and see how many days to maturity they expect, and I need to refresh myself on the head size, but there's quite a bit of it coming. There's also a bed here that has a couple of lonely okra plants. The others did not appreciate the cold nights. I've got some more in a flat that I'm going to transplant in here pretty soon. This again is two more different seedings of that mini broccoli. This bed has Carmen peppers. The squirrels have been in here digging like crazy. This is a bed with a slicing tomato. A lot of times these slicers are used in the bulk orders that go out for canning. Same tomatoes here. They have radishes down in the front. These are beets at the back side of this bed, and the beets are actually starting to bulb out thanks to some rain and some warmer overnight temperatures in the last week. These are jalapeno peppers. A bed of carrots. There are some baby carrots in here as well as carrots that will grow to maturity. This is a row of green beans, and I really thought the beans were not going to do anything. They just stalled out completely for a couple of weeks. But again, after the rain and some warmer overnight temperatures and some hot daytime temperatures, they have tripled in size. There were a couple of plants in there that looked like they were trying to set flowers when I was in there looking earlier today as well. This bed has San Marzano tomatoes. These are a sauce or a paste style tomato. They're an heirloom and we've had them for several years. I've reduced the number in the garden this year to 4 because we had some problems with blight last year. So I have tried to diversify the different varieties of sauce tomatoes that we're going to have to see if we can get through some disease and possibly high humidity. This is a row of baby beets down in the front. This is a tomato called Amish Paste. It's not a new variety, it's an old variety, it's an heirloom, but this is the first year that I've grown it. It's supposed to be a larger sauce style tomato than the San Marzano. There are carrots at the back of that bed. This is the Big Mama sauce tomato, and we've had these in the past. Again, they struggled last year with the high heat and humidity, as they always do, so we've diversified one more time. This is a new tomato for me. It's called Chipola's Pride, and they have really long leaves, and in the heat of the day they flag like this, but come morning they'll be standing up and looking fine. This is supposed to be a 10 to 16 ounce sauce tomato, and I hope that they really do that. Again, there's some more carrots down in the back here. This bed has some green onions that have just come up, and then 2 salad tomatoes. These are the ones that we sell in the baskets. There are some yellow beets on the back side there. There's another bed of green beans. On the left here is the yellow pear tomato. That's the small one that we mix in with the cherry tomatoes in the baskets. It's done really well in the last week in the high heat. There's some radishes down in the front. And then this is a 6-foot section of peas. I've been watering the peas faithfully and they are doing their thing. I'll keep an eye on them and see when they plump up. They've got a little bit of maturity to go, but they are starting to set a second set of flowers and peas at the top. So hopefully we'll have peas soon. These were started indoors and then set out as transplants, and again, the weather took a nosedive, so they just stalled out for a bit. This is another 6-foot section of peas, the same age as the others, and they're doing really well, as you can see by all the peas in there. Ooh, that one's almost done. These are cucumbers. These again were started indoors and then set out as little plants, and they've done most of their growth in the last 5 days. There's some kale at the back side of that bed. On the back side of these peas, there is some chard and then a little bit of kale. This bed has King Arthur bell peppers. Let's see here. This bed has banana peppers. This one is called Impala. It's a serrano pepper, a really spicy pepper. And then this is one of the 2 heirloom slicers that we are going to try this year. This one, the name looks like bananas without the B, and I think it's pronounced Ananas Noir. It's a tri-colored tomato on the skin and throughout the inside of the tomato. I've been excuse me, really happy with this plant. They all germinated. They have really thick stems. They have really nice branching, and they are setting flowers. This is the other slicer that we're trying for an heirloom this year. It's called Amana Orange. It's a large orange slicing tomato. It should have less acid for those of you who need to have a less acid tomato. Again, I've been really happy with the germination, with the plants themselves. They're big, they're bushy, they're sturdy. Hopefully they will survive heat and humidity when that comes. The rest of this row is big beef, which is our main slicer, and then these are all big beef as well. The last row, these are 2 cherry tomatoes, and again, they have more than doubled in size since we had that rain and the heat came in. I think a lot of the problem with things not growing was the cold overnight temperatures. When you start out the day at 45 degrees, it's just hard for them to get going. There's some kale down in the front here. This bed is a 12-foot bed of cucumbers, and then there is a seeding of Swiss chard down in the front. And again, it's watering season, so the hose is out. If I have company, I will move it out of the way. So all in all, things were hurry up and wait, hurry up and wait, hurry up and wait, and watch and wonder and monitor. But things have really turned a corner and are starting to grow really well. The critters have been a big issue this season as well. I need to get some noisemakers out here and some dried blood meal. See if I can't deter the squirrels a bit. So that's the update from the garden. I hope you're well. I hope to see you soon. If you have questions about how things are growing at your place, don't hesitate to leave me a comment. Have a great night. Thanks.